Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. So in the past videos you have seen we have implemented RAG, created AI agents. But to implement RAG, we need some kind of data, right? Some kind of information so that when the prompt is given, we get the respective answers. So let me ask you something. Say for example, an user signs up on an application. Their name, email, and age get stored in database. That's data. When a customer upload images, sends support messages, or leaves reviews, that's data too. Even server logs generated by your application are data. But here's the interesting part. These are not all the same kind of data. Some data is neatly organized into rows and columns, while some comes in the form of text, images, audios, and documents. And in the artificial intelligence, this distinction is extremely important because the type of data you have determines everything, okay? The model you choose, how you train them, and ultimately the result you get. So, in today's session, we are going to break down one of the most fundamental concepts in AI. So, let's get started with structured versus unstructured data. So, structured data. Structured data is a data that is organized in a fixed format, say rows and columns, like a table or a spreadsheet. Okay, it has a clear schema, meaning every entity follows the same structure. Think it, think of it like a well-organized cabinet. Okay, a filing cabinet where all the files are organized, where every drawer is labeled and every file is in the right place. So it's very well, very neatly organized. So some real world examples is a bank transaction where every row has a date, account number, amount type, whether it's debit or credit, and balance. So everything is clean structured. Hospital patient records is another example where there is a fixed format, right? What is the name, age, blood type, medication? Every record has the same format. And a Zomato or a Swiggy order history where we have the order ID, customer ID, from which restaurant, what are the items, amount, time, etc. So these are quite handy real world examples. So how AI uses it? So structured data is a traditional favorite of machine learning. So we give the model a structured data and it will be very happy to read from it. So this works on tools like SQL, Excel, and Pandas. Okay. So whichever tool provides the structuring of data can be used in the machine learning process. Now let's jump to unstructured data. Now, in the case of unstructured data, there is no fixed format. Okay, it can be of any type. It cannot be neatly stored in rows and columns. It could be text, image, audio, video, anything that doesn't fit into a template. So, in structured data, we had a specific template, right? But in unstructured, it's completely, you can say, raw data. So, about 80 to 90% of the data in the world is unstructured. So, if you see the previous implementations what we had done in rack, it's completely unstructured data. We just gave some random data and upload it to the rack. Okay, so it's completely unstructured. Now few examples of unstructured data is WhatsApp messages. Okay, your chats, it does not have any fixed format. Okay, some are short, some are long, some have emojis, voice notes, right? Then your Instagram or YouTube content. Okay, randomly you upload the reels, you upload videos. It does not have, again, it's unstructured, no rows and columns, just media files. Doctor handwritten notes. Okay, if you go to a doctor, he gives you the prescription. So that's again completely unstructured. And we have customer reviews on Amazon. Again, the reviews are random. There is no specific format to provide the review. There is no structure. So how the AI uses it? So this is where modern deep learning really shines, okay? To process unstructured data, AI uses NLPs, so that is natural language processing for text, CNNs, convolutional neural networks for images. Okay, so for text and images, these two different methods are used. And there's something called as transformers, like the ones powering the chat GPT is for both text, images, and much more. And how does it internally works is this model learn to find patterns even when the data has no fixed format. Okay, so it will go to the unstructured data, find some pattern, and then map that data as per its understanding. So this is how unstructured data works. Now let's jump to semi-structured data. Now let's talk about the middle child, semi-structured data. This type has some organization to it, but not as rigid as a spreadsheet. Okay, it has tags or markers that separate the elements. Okay, but the structure can vary from record to record. For example, if you see here, we have order ID, we have customer, so some tag is there. But again, inside that, the content in each of the tag varies. So this is semi-structured, like it's a hybrid, like uh, it's kind of structured, but also unstructured. Okay, now if you take few examples, so we have JSON files. Okay, we have JSON tags, we have emails. So when we have some structure like from to subject, but when it comes to the body, it's completely unstructured. We have HTML web pages as well, where we have different tags like title HTML, but again, the content inside that varies. Okay, so this is semi-structured data. So just to summarize between structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data. So structured data is like of a specific template with rows and columns, like how we store the data into SQL or Excel spreadsheet or say bank transaction or any order history, order IDs. Okay. Unstructured data is completely raw data. So what we have, as mentioned, what we have practiced in RAG implementation, creating AI agents for data we have provided to the agents, okay, for the model for embeddings, it's completely unstructured. Okay, like videos, social media posts, YouTube videos, images, photos, text, documents. Okay, and then there's a middle child, as we saw, semi-structured data. Like it's kind of structured, like there's some structuring, but the content inside it is not highly structured. Okay, not as strong as the structured data set. Yeah, so I hope you'll have understood the type of data that AI uses to process and provide you the outcome. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Please do drop a comment. Please do like, share, and subscribe.